The average American with a Japanese SUV is flushing $847 extra per year down the drain at the gas pump, not because of gas prices, not because of how they drive, because of 7 settings buried inside their own dashboard that are silently destroying their fuel economy every single mile. We're talking Toyota RAV4s, Honda CR-Vs, Nissan Rogues, Subaru Foresters, Mazda CX-5s. Millions of these vehicles on the road right now, running anywhere from 4 to 9 miles per gallon below what they're actually capable of. The manufacturers know these settings exist. The dealerships won't tell you about them. And today, we're going through all 7, from mildly damaging to absolutely criminal. Wait until you get to number 2, a single setting on Toyota hybrids that one owner discovered was costing him over $600 a year extra in gas alone. Number 7. Sport mode left on permanently. Almost every Japanese SUV sold in the last 5 years has a drive mode selector. Sport, normal, eco. Maybe trail or snow thrown in. And here is the problem. A huge chunk of owners switch into sport mode one time, enjoy the punchier throttle response on a highway on ramp, and never switch back. It just lives there forever. On the Honda CR-V, the Pilot, the Nissan Pathfinder, and the Mazda CX-5, sport mode does not just change how the car feels. It physically alters transmission shift points, holding gears longer and revving the engine higher before upshifting. It raises the throttle sensitivity so the engine drinks more fuel for every press of the pedal. It suppresses the torque converter lockup that is designed specifically to reduce fuel consumption at cruise speed. Honda's own engineering documentation confirms the CR-V in sport mode burns measurably more fuel versus normal under identical driving conditions. Real-world testing on the 2023 Mazda CX-5 showed a drop from 30 miles per gallon on the highway in normal mode to 26 miles per gallon on the highway in sport mode. Same car, same road, same speed. 4 miles per gallon obliterated by one button. On a typical 15,000-mile year, that is roughly $280 extra in fuel you never needed to spend. Check your drive mode right now. If it says sport and you are not on a track, turn it off. Number 6. The all-wheel drive lock trap. This one targets owners of Toyota RAV4 all-wheel drive, Honda CR-V all-wheel drive, and Nissan Rogue all-wheel drive models. These vehicles have an all-wheel drive lock button, sometimes labeled trail or all-wheel drive lock, that forces power to all 4 wheels permanently, regardless of traction conditions. It exists for getting unstuck in mud, snow, or loose gravel. The problem is thousands of owners activate it once during a snowstorm and leave it engaged for months. On dry pavement, all-wheel drive lock forces mechanical drag across the entire drivetrain. The rear differential is constantly fighting the front wheels for power delivery on every turn. The system is mechanically stressed in ways it was not designed for on solid roads. A Toyota engineer at a RAV4 owners event in 2023 confirmed that running all-wheel drive lock on dry pavement can reduce fuel economy by 3 to 5 miles per gallon. One Rogue owner on the Nissan forums posted that he discovered his all-wheel drive lock had been on for 9 months. He switched it off, and his miles per gallon jumped from 24 to 29 on his regular commute. 5 miles per gallon, gone for 9 months on a vehicle that was perfectly capable of delivering better. The AWD lock light is small, easy to miss, and absolutely devastating to your fuel economy if you forget about it. Number 5. rear defroster and heated mirrors running all year. This one sounds too small to matter until you do the math. The rear window defroster, the heated side mirrors, and the heated rear seats on Japanese SUVs are all electrical loads pulling directly from the alternator. The alternator is driven by the engine, and every watt of electrical load the engine has to supply adds to fuel consumption. Subaru Foresters and Outbacks, Honda Pilots, and Toyota Highlanders have convenient settings that let the rear defroster and heated mirrors default to on every time you start the vehicle, even in July. One Subaru forum member documented running his rear defroster full-time for an entire summer because he mistook the indicator for a different warning light. After turning it off, he saw a consistent 1 to 1.5 miles per gallon improvement. Multiplied over 15,000 miles, that is 1 to 2 full tanks of gas per year. Check your default climate startup settings. If your rear defroster is auto-activating every cold morning and you are not turning it off after the windows clear, you are burning money for no reason. Number 4. Active noise cancellation and active sound control. This one shocks people every single time. Several high-trim Japanese SUVs, including the Honda Pilot Elite, the Nissan Pathfinder Platinum, and certain Mazda CX-9 trims, come equipped with active noise cancellation systems. These systems use speakers to emit counter frequencies that neutralize road and engine noise inside the cabin. The problem is, they are computationally intensive and they pull significant power from the vehicle electrical system. Honda documentation on the Pilot Elite specifically notes that the active noise cancellation system can have a measurable impact on fuel economy, though it buries the exact number deep in technical footnotes. Owners on the Pilot Owners Club forum have run back-to-back testing with the system on and off over identical routes and logged consistent gains of 1 to 2 miles per gallon with the system disabled. This is not a massive number, but here is why it matters. This setting is almost never shown to buyers at the dealership. It is defaulted on. It runs constantly. Most owners do not even know it exists, let alone that it is consuming power every mile they drive. Go into your audio or vehicle sound settings. If you see active noise cancellation or active sound control, try turning it off for a week and watch your fuel economy numbers. Number 3. Intelligent four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive always on versus two-wheel drive mode. This goes deeper than the lock setting from earlier. Nissan Rogues, Murano models, and Pathfinders use a system called Intelligent Four-Wheel Drive. Similarly, older Subaru models and certain Toyota configurations have selectable all-wheel drive engagement modes. By default, these systems keep the rear wheels partially engaged even in normal dry conditions. They use sensors to detect slip and send power rearward preemptively. On paper, this sounds like great engineering. In practice, on perfectly dry pavement, which is where most people drive most of the time, that constant partial rear engagement creates drivetrain drag and kills fuel economy. Nissan's own EPA fuel economy ratings reflect this. The front-wheel drive Rogue gets 30 miles per gallon combined. The all-wheel drive model gets 28 miles per gallon combined. That 2 miles per gallon difference assumes the all-wheel drive system is behaving optimally. If the system's settings or calibration are off, real-world owners report seeing closer to 4 to 5 miles per gallon differences in daily driving. If your Japanese SUV has a two-wheel drive mode or an all-wheel drive offsetting, and you live somewhere with dry roads for the majority of the year, switching to two-wheel drive for daily driving is one of the fastest ways to improve your miles per gallon. That is one of the quickest miles per gallon improvements you can make. One Nissan Pathfinder owner on Reddit tracked his fuel economy for 3 months in all-wheel drive versus 1 month after switching to two-wheel drive for his daily highway commute. The jump was 4.3 miles per gallon on his commute that saved him nearly $400 over a year. If you're getting real value out of this video, hit that like button right now. We're just getting to the 2 worst offenders on this list. Number 2. Charge mode on Toyota and Honda hybrids. This is the big one. If you own a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, a Highlander hybrid, a Honda CR-V hybrid, or any other Japanese hybrid SUV, and you have explored your drive mode options, you may have seen a setting labeled Charge Mode, Battery Charge Mode, or HV Priority. Charge Mode instructs the hybrid system to actively use the gasoline engine to recharge the battery while driving. It essentially runs the engine harder than necessary to generate electricity and store it for later. The problem is that charging a battery through the combustion engine while driving is dramatically less efficient than using the engine to power the wheels directly. The energy conversion losses are significant. A RAV4 hybrid owner on Toyota Nation forums documented running his vehicle in charge mode for a 3-month period after a salesperson told him it would extend battery life. His fuel economy dropped from 38 miles per gallon to 29 miles per gallon over that period, a 9 mile per gallon loss. On 15,000 miles annually, at current gas prices, that is over $600 extra per year burned for a feature that actively works against you in normal driving. The correct mode for everyday driving in any Japanese hybrid SUV is normal or EV priority in city conditions. Charge mode exists for one specific scenario. You need to ensure a full battery before a specific stretch of stop-and-go city driving. That is it. Leaving it on at any other time is like pouring gasoline directly into the street. Number 1. Eco mode disabled and the auto stop start killer. Here S number 1, and it's actually 2 connected issues that compound each other into the most expensive miles per gallon killing combination on this entire list. First, Eco mode. Almost every Japanese SUV built after 2018 has an Eco or economy drive mode. Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, Subaru Forester, Mazda CX-5, and CX-50 all have it. Eco mode reduces throttle sensitivity, optimizes transmission shift timing for maximum efficiency, reduces air conditioning compressor load, and adjusts engine response curves specifically to minimize fuel consumption. It makes the car feel slightly sluggish. This is why people turn it off. They try it once, hate the soft throttle response, and switch back to normal permanently. But here is the cost of that choice. Real-world testing across these models consistently shows a 2 to 4 miles per gallon improvement in eco mode versus normal during city and suburban driving. Honda S internal testing on the 2024 CR-V shows a 7% fuel economy improvement in eco mode under standardized urban driving cycles. 7% on a vehicle already rated at 30 miles per gallon combined is 2.1 miles per gallon. Small per tank, massive per year. Now layer on the second half of this. The automatic engine stop-start. Start system. Every modern Japanese SUV has this system. The engine shuts off when you come to a complete stop at a light and restarts when you release the brake. Automakers including Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Subaru, and Mazda have all confirmed this feature. Improves fuel economy by 3 to 5% in urban driving conditions. There is now a massive aftermarket industry of devices sold specifically to permanently disable it. People hate the slight vibration when it restarts. They find it annoying, so they spend money on a device that electronically tricks the car into thinking the driver has already pressed the disable button every single start, all day, forever. The result is the engine idling continuously at every red light, burning fuel to produce zero forward movement. An independent fuel economy study run by engineering students at Michigan Tech in 2022 measured the stop-start impact on a 2022 Honda CR-V over 1,000 miles of mixed urban and highway driving. With stop-start active, 32.4 miles per gallon. With stop-start permanently disabled via an aftermarket module, 30.1 miles per gallon. That's 2.3 miles per gallon lost per tank, every tank for the entire life of the vehicle. On an average 15,000-mile year at current fuel prices, disabling stop-start alone costs roughly $220 extra per year. Combine that with eco mode being off, and you're relooking at $450 to $600 in unnecessary annual fuel costs just from 2 settings most owners don't even think twice about. Turn eco mode on. Let the stop-start do its job. Your wallet will thank you within one single fill-up cycle. And that's all 7. A WD lock left on, sport mode running permanently, the rear defroster defaulting to on year-round, active noise cancellation draining power silently, intelligent AWD engaged on dry roads, charge mode on hybrids, and the eco mode plus stop-start, a combination destroying your miles per gallon every single day. These are not mechanical failures or design flaws. They are settings that exist in your vehicle right now. Go through your menus this week and check every one of them. If you found this video useful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel more than you would think. Subscribe so you do not miss the next one. We will see you then.